How'd it do out there? So what are our favorite topics to talk about? Bikes, booze, women, a million other things, and guns, right? Let's talk about that last one a bit today. So during the last live spring, I'm sober, I swear to God. My face hurts though. If you guys didn't just yell at the TV, it's killing me also, you need to reassess your life, because that's the canned answer, right? Anyway, Lord, that hurts putting that hat on. Anyway, today I want to talk about carrying on your bike, right? So it's ironic because one of the things that stirred everyone up on my Sturgis videos, I said that I don't carry during Sturgis. But I want to talk about on regular days, how do you carry on your bike? How do I carry on mine? So before we get started, let's go ahead and just bring up something really depressing. You remember I said I ordered Street Glide special badges to go on my Ultra, because the new 21s are like a classic looking bar and shield, very 70s, I like it a lot. And they were like, I'll order them for you, but they'll be May. And I go, that's fine. Well, they came in. So there you have it. Those are going to go on the Ultra whenever it comes back. Looky there. Those are slick. I like those a lot. I wish it were orange inside there, and I guess it could be painted or something. I don't know. But anyway, these are nice. That's like friggin' jewelry. Those are going to go on the Ultra whenever it comes back next year. Something like that, because the clutch cable can't be found. Two reminders. The 26th of March is going to be the next live stream. Just for us to BS and have drinks together. I think we may, after that, do it every other week, just because it seems like monthly's not enough. And we had a tremendous amount of fun, and I think we all need fun out there, so we might do it more often. And then another thing is, don't forget, this is the breather kit that I put together that I'm going to give away to one lucky subscriber. So what you have here are all the fittings to go either straights or angles. I got them both in there. So straights or angles. The breather kit, also this breather kit, however way you want to do it. If you do it this way, you're going to need a T to bring the two together, but this clamps the whole deal. So I'm going to give this to a subscriber. All you got to do is make sure you're a subscriber first, like this video also, and then share videos. That's all I'm asking. And then the last thing to do is send me an email at damonk, D-A-M-O-N-K, at professional-monkey.com. The reason I'm doing it this way is because, this is not just turning a screwdriver. You're gonna have to, drill and tap your back plate and stuff to use it. So I want to make sure that the person that wins it is someone who's actually gonna use it. So if you're someone who will drill and tap your back plate, email me at damonk at professional-monkey.com and say, I want to be in the breather drawing, and I'm gonna maybe it's gonna be official. There's gonna be a spreadsheet. And then we'll announce on the 26th in a live stream who won it, and then I'll pay to ship it and everything to you, so you can just have it. My trash breather should be here fairly soon, so we'll be doing that in the CVO. But on to today's topic, carrying when you're out and about. So I figured we use the CVO as the example because I was out on it yesterday, and at the place that I was at, it's not proper form to lock your bags. It's also not proper form to carry. So in that situation, yeah, you had an unsecured firearm. You had somebody watching the bike, so it's okay. But not what I would do at any other situation. No other time would I just go to a bar and leave my bags unlocked with guns inside. The one thing I like about the CVO that makes this a little easier is the power locking bag. So on the CVO, it's just a nice little, bing, bing. And it'll lock and unlock the bags, and even the key is a remote thing and locks and unlocks the bags, but that's not a normal thing, I understand that. But the way that I carry anymore, first off, what do I carry? My everyday carry on my hip, I carry outside the waistband is a Glock 43 9mm single stack. And then my alternative is an LCP2, the little 380, because sometimes you have to tuck shirt in. It's a million different reasons why you can't just carry a larger lump. Even though the 43 is not that big, it's still pretty big. Side note, some of the best advice I've ever heard in life is someone said, what is your perfect everyday carry? And the answer to that is very simple. Your perfect everyday carry is the largest pistol you will actually carry. So if you're out there going, well, my everyday carry is a Colt 1911 Government. Sure it is. Is it on you right now? And maybe it is. But most of the time when someone says my everyday carry is a Heckler & Koch USP, they don't actually carry it. So again, because it's too big, it's too heavy, pull your damn pants down. That's a 10-pound gun. Anyway, what's the best everyday carry is the largest pistol you'll actually carry. And that might be one of the little 22 revolvers, you know, and that's fine too, but, you know, you'll actually carry it. Mine is my, again, Glock 43 on the hip, and then if I'm not going to carry that, if I don't have an untucked shirt to keep it covered, is my little LCP is in my pocket of either my cut or my pants or whatever. So anyway, so there's a couple different ways you can do this. Let me come back because I forgot something I need to have in my hand. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is just there's a million ways to do this, but these are my ideas. One way to do it would be with a magnet. So, like these guys, I use one in my truck, and I have a couple of them in my RV under the bed for my shotgun. So, these go on with either 3M tape, or, of course, you can see, you know, screws. These magnets are intense. I mean, they will hold your Beretta 92, your Glock 17, your whatever. I mean, it's going to hold that pistol. Don't worry about that. As a matter of fact, the first time I ever ordered these, one of the things I did was I accidentally had two of them in the same hand at the same time, and those suckers snapped shut on my finger, and good Lord, that son of a bitch hurt. So these magnets work. So I originally did put one of these in the bag lid of my Ultra. You know, I'm not going to do it on this guy. I wouldn't do it necessarily in a bag that has speakers. I don't know about a magnet so close to the magnet. You know, what do I know? But I had originally stuck her right about there, and it was holding my LCP perfectly. But the heat of the bag did make the adhesive kind of die, even this 3M tape, and it fell into the bag. So that did not work for me. You could always go to the inside of the bag and use screws, you know, or something like that, and actually permanently attach it, you know, somewhere, wherever. I just didn't want to do that. So there's one way, is a magnet. Attach it permanently with screws, and your gun just sticks right on there just fine. It ain't coming off. The other thing I do have is these handy dandy little pockets I got for the front of the bags. See, there's, I don't have the full organizers, which would be good. I think they even make lid organizers if you don't have speakers. But you can see the speaker takes up so much space, man. It drives me nuts. But they have those internal organizers, of course. But I have these guys. Don't question the chicken, okay? That's not for you to wonder about. But these guys would be pretty convenient. As a matter of fact, at the moment, you see my LCP is in the pocket holster in the pocket of this organizer at the moment because couldn't carry it in yesterday. So there's one way to do it. I don't normally have both. You're about to see where my full size is. So I'm not one of these guys that rolls around with multiple guns. I just don't feel like it's necessary. If that's your thing, fine. It's not mine. So I did tuck that in there yesterday, and that's one place I might put it when the bags are locked. But this last one, I like. I think it worked out pretty well. What I did is I took a, look, sunscreen. Should have used that yesterday. A paddle holster and stuck it onto the pocket. And this is where my big Taurus lives. I have Beretta 92s and stuff, but I have a new philosophy on firearms this year. Is maybe you don't need to spend a bunch of money on them, just have more of them. And that Taurus is a 17 round 9mm. It's the G, I don't know what the hell is it, G3. 9mm, feels nice in the hand, has a safety, which I don't like. Still has the compound trigger. I don't know if YouTube's gonna allow this, we'll find out. It's not a bad pistol for, get this, hold on, $350. I paid $350 for that brand new. And I'm just gonna get a couple of those, right? Put them everywhere. You get a gun, no, right. So that paddle holster sticks on here perfectly. And I mean, it's really on there. It's not coming off. And the reason I love this is, yeah, of course, it's easily, you hit the trigger, it has a trigger card built into it. You easily hit that button and draw. Well, I just showed that you can't, because that's in the way. But hit that button and draw it. but at the same time, it's also a friggin' holster, right? It's not a permanent installation. The holster's there. So if I'm ever in a place and suddenly are going, oh, I don't have anything, I should have one, I can get away with carrying the big lump, the holster is what's holding it. I can pull the holster out, put it on myself, and carry that way. So I really like that idea. Another alternative could be, I know that Rick Rack makes bag holsters. They should send me one. Anyway, that go over the bolt. So they're nicely made leather holsters that the bolt goes through the hole and the holster just hangs there. They have left or right. And those look pretty cool as well. But I really like this solution where my holster is what's holding it, so I can pull this out and use the holster if I need to. Another thing that I would show you, and I'll throw up on the screen a picture of what I'm talking about. But, wake up camera. Something I feel pretty strongly about. If you don't have something like that trigger guard holster holding your pistol, even when I showed earlier where my LCP is inside the pocket, holster inside the pocket, that's still not even perfect. It's secure, but it's still not perfect. If you're going to have your Glock 19, your whatever you carry, your Smith, your Sigma, your that you carry, and when you're on the bike, personally, I don't like rolling down the highway with my pistol on the holster because the wind blows up your shirt. It can be seen, and it can just draw, let's just call it, unnecessary attention. You're gonna get pulled over. If you're rolling down the road with a Glock 17 sticking out of your side, you're just gonna get pulled over. At least you will in Florida. So something to think about. What if you take that off and you throw it in your bag or your tour pack? Don't just throw it in your bag and your tour pack, please. You know what I talked about in the video yesterday with the brothers that went down and had an accident. You don't want a pistol rumbling loose in there. You also have a Phillips screwdriver in your toolkit. That sucker goes in the trigger guard. Pow! Now you're gonna shoot yourself or blow your own damn tire out. I know it sounds Keystone Cops, but stuff like that happens. A trigger guard. I'll put that picture up here and leave it up there a while. They're 20 bucks. Piece of Kydex with a rope on it. And it just snaps over the trigger guard and blocks where nothing can get on the trigger and make your gun go off. Those are great. I actually would show mine, but it's in my Ultra at the shop right now because when I do something like I just described, where I'm rolling down the road and I just decide I'm getting on the bike, so I'm gonna pull my pistol off and stow it away. It goes in the tour pack with a trigger guard on it because it is just kind of sitting at the bottom with stuff and whatnot. But today's a very short video, but I really wanted to hear from you guys. Like, what are your opinions and how do you carry and what brilliant things have you seen? So again, you got the magnet solution, which works. That guy's gonna hold your gun. I just don't want to run it in these bags because of speakers. Maybe I'm wrong on that, let me know. There's amps and stuff too. So a nice magnet stuck inside. These are cheap. I'll put the links to all this stuff down below. I don't remember what I paid for these. I think I paid 15 bucks for two. I can't remember. So these guys will work. Just a nice pocket in here with a trigger guard. In here you could put a smaller piece in there. Or again, that like Rick Rack holster looks pretty slick for, I think they're 50, something like that. That's a nice solution. And then try this one out, guys, and let me know if you see any fatal flaws here. But a pancake holster with a full, now this is a specific thing, by the way. I don't think this is a generic. I'm pretty sure I had to buy this for this Taurus G3. But a trigger guard holster, paddle caked over your organizer or some other way you want to do it. I really like that, And then when I walk away from the bike, it's always locked with a quick, easy, lock. So let me know your thoughts. How do you carry? What's wrong with my ideas? Is there a better idea? I take advice, man. You tell me something better, I'll do it. And that's about all for today. I hope you're all doing well out there. Take care of each other. Love to hear what you carry and how you carry it. Make sure you do not miss the March 26th live stream. I think you can find it and hit like reminder or something. Do that. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know whenever I launch a video. It's damn near daily. I'll keep you all updated on the Ultra. We're gonna do some fun stuff to it whenever it comes home. Because I have the lighting and I have the stuff to convert the tour pack to quick release, but then also I'm talking to someone else that I'm gonna withhold the information about some other stuff that we're gonna do to the rear end that does not involve lighting that I think is pretty slick that y'all be able to do. And then again, we'll do the Trask breather on the CVO when it gets home, when it gets here. So take care of each other. Take care of each other out there. We'll talk soon. See ya. Bye. Forgot another one. A good place to carry. Besides in your cut and your person and a pancake and a is I have heard, I've never seen it done, I've heard of dudes taking their side covers off and putting maybe one of these on the inside. This I'd be worried about getting hot and then rattling loose in there. But putting something on the back side of the side plate, and there's enough room in there for like an LCP. Now, that would be your like last resort, I'm screwed situation, because it's not like you're just going to take your side cover on and off your bike. But if you had a pistol that could live there, again, probably an LCP or a Smith & Wesson, not a Shield. What's that little one? Bodyguard, or the one that the LCP is based on, the Kel-tec. You know, those little guys, those little tiny 380s. You could do that if you picked one of those up cheap. Taurus makes one too, a Kel-tec knockoff. You pick one of those up. If you wanted to put some sort of permanent thing in the back side of your side cover on a bagger, that sucker supposedly fits between, you know, in L there. And then last resort, you could just rip that side cover off and go to town. But just want to add that last one because I think that one's pretty interesting too. I'm not going to do it, but you know, someone out there might want to have that. So love to hear what you have to think, or what you think out there. Law enforcement out there, there's a couple of you that watch. Comment down below what sort of issues you might run into in certain places. I know that every state's different and stuff. Florida, we don't care. They'll pull you over if you see your shirt blown up and your pistol's on, but they don't care that you have a gun. So let me know what you think. Let's talk. Bye.